out on Collins. I be.
What's going on, everybody? The Original Mako back with some more up-and-coming roguelike content. But first, be sure you check those links down in the description. Make sure you're subbed to the channel. Plenty of roguelike content coming to you guys soon with, Deathloop, possibly doing some interesting runs with that. This game, Roguelords, that is coming out soon. Gunfire, obviously. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel for all of your roguelike content and some other stuff thrown in there, like the COD video I just put out. And then down below, Patreon, Twitch. I am trying to get together another cosplay stream. I did one last year around Halloween. I'd like to do one again. It is kind of expensive, so some extra help on Patreon would be really appreciated. But even if you're just watching these videos, that's a lot of support too, so thank you. And then the stream would be on Twitch, so if you check out Twitch, you can follow and maybe get ready for that stream as well. But that being said, we're going to hop into me reacting, well, not reacting, I guess. I've just kind of going through a couple of trailers for this game, Roguelords, which is coming out 11 days from the day this video goes up. So right at the end of September, September 30th. And I guess we'll start with just reading the quick description here. A dark fantasy roguelike where you play as the devil-led famous evil, or where you play as the, a dark fantasy roguelike where you play as the devil. Lead famous evil geniuses through events and turn-based fights to spread terror and corruption. Create synergies between your disciples. Use your evil powers and take revenge on those miserable demon hunters. Now, similar to the only other game I've played on this channel that's similar to that is Darkest Dungeon, as you can see here. Another turn-based strategy roguelike, and I actually think this one is going to be extremely strategical. And I'll explain why in a second. But I'm going to do, with some of the other roguelikes, I've done kind of a, I turn my webcam off and just kind of play the trailer. I'm going to kind of go through, since there's going to be 2 trailers we watch, I'm going to give my opinions on the stuff that they say live as it goes. So we'll start with the gameplay trailer, and then we'll go to the characters trailer, because I think those are the 2 important ones. There's also a release date trailer and story trailer if you want to check those out yourself. But we'll start with the gameplay trailer, which I think is the meat of... Actually, no, we'll start with the character trailer so we can see the characters.
Legendary.
So yeah, let's just go through all the different characters and kind of explain them.
And carry out his orders. At the start of each run, you control a team.
So obviously, like other roguelikes, it's going to be a bunch of different characters that do a bunch of different things. All have different abilities and whatnot, so that's kind of how it's going to work. Darkest Dungeon was a little bit different, I guess, because you had to make each character, and if they die, they're gone. But it's a set of 9 characters. Anyways, let's just get into it.
Team of 3 disciples. Each one plays differently, but none of them are restricted to one role. All the disciples have skills to attack and defend, and every combination of disciples has its strengths and tactics.
I'd also like to say, whoever they hired for this voiceover, I'm not a fan, but you play with three at a time, so that's a lot of different combos. I don't know what the exact amount of ways you could do 9, 3 combinations, 20, 30 something around there. Anyway,
your choice depends on your preferences and style of play, and success will mainly depend on your ability to build an arsenal of balanced skills. Each disciple has their own unique gameplay.
Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight?
Bloody Mary is an attack-heavy character.
So, first character, attack-heavy character, makes sense. Gotta have one of those. Gotta have a tank too, but they're showing off the attack-heavy character
Her
first.
unique skill is to use her mirror to duplicate her attacks, which allows her to deal heavy damage to an enemy, or to attack several at a time. Her basic attacks are based on physical damage, but she can also be highly effective at dealing spiritual damage.
So, I'll kind of point this out. It kind of goes over this in the story trailer a little bit, but you can see each character has 2 separate health bars, the physical health bar and the spiritual health bar as well. So, she's really good at doing physical damage, but can also excel in spiritual damage. I'm assuming with the right, build. Builds are important. It's almost like, imagine Slay the Spire and Darkest Dungeon had a child, because you can see all these artifacts up here. But there's also a bunch of different characters that each have their own unique abilities. So it's a little bit different in that way. But yeah, so physical damage and spiritual damage, just a high attack character. Cool.
Spiritual damage.
I always aim for the head.
A fearless soldier on a quest for revenge, the Headless Horseman protects his allies by provoking his enemies while temporarily increasing his defenses to withstand attacks. He is very effective at damage control, but he's more than just defense. His bitterness gauge increases each time he is attacked, which he can use to increase the effects of his skills and trigger a devastating attack.
So that's going to be the character that you put out in front. You're trying to draw all the attacks onto that character, and then once he gets his bitterness gauge up high enough, you're going to do this. Whatever this... Oh, I can't. What the hell? Whatever this satanic fire attack is, which looks really interesting. I think all the characters' designs are pretty good, which I'll speak more on in a second.
Catch me.
And in a second, I mean right here. So art designers just decided to go off, I guess, with this one. Got to have a selling point for your game, right? And we're all thinking it, so I'll just let
seductive
the
succubus
thing
who
play out.
fiercely protects her allies. Lilith is a versatile fighter who heals and protects them while tearing into
I
her
don't need to
enemies.
say much, do I?
The more her allies deal damage, the more she accumulates damage bonuses, which she can use to perform massive hits at key moments. The action she uses to recharge her skills can only be triggered at the start of a turn and provokes all enemies. But unlike the other disciples, it does not cost any action points. Lilith is therefore a formidable attacking ally.
So genuinely actually seems like a really good character, all memes aside here. Definitely, like, if all of your other allies are doing damage, you're getting damage bonuses. You don't have to use your action points as much. Seems like a highly effective character in the right unit, I guess.
Death is so sweet.
Among the ghosts and banshees that serve the devil, the White Lady is the most respected. Her unique ability is to wear one of 3 masks, which has an automatic effect on every turn.
Very Slay the Spire-esque with one of their characters.
Deal spiritual damage,
But I
heal
like
a
that design for
disciple,
a character,
or
so I
change
think
the
it's
cost
really
of skill action points for her
requires a lot of
allies.
strategy. So
Her powers
I
are
like
highly
it.
useful for both combat control and dealing spiritual damage.
Mama Bridget's always telling me I overdo it. And she's right.
Instructed by the devil to watch over the dead, Baron Samedi is a voodoo sorcerer and master of curses. Vicious and patient, he can trigger and apply the status Depression, which slowly eats away at his enemy's spiritual points. He's a
Baron Samedi must have been attacking me at some point. I don't know if he causes depression. But he's a debuff character, very much a support
specialist in
character.
control effects and debuffs, and can also increase the action points of his allies, which makes him a great support character.
I must rid the world of simpletons.
Gotta have Frankenstein, obviously.
You must all die!
Dr. Frankenstein and his creature with a rotting brain come as a package and can't be played separately. The creature deals heavy physical damage, and her damage can increase when she loses health points. With some skills, she can even injure herself to benefit from these damage bonuses. As for the Doctor, he specializes in support skills and spiritual damage. Their true strength lies in their teamwork. Some of the Doctor's skills recharge the creature's skills or make her attack, and clever use of their synergies makes them unstoppable.
So that one's interesting because it takes up 2 character slots, which only leaves you 1 extra one to mess around with. I don't know how I feel about that. But, you know, just like any game like this, you gotta have a character that can deal damage to itself to apply bonuses. I'll be interested to see how those 2 work together, for sure.
May the moon bear witness.
Hecate is a powerful moon sorceress who once narrowly escaped being burned at the stake. She is very versatile as she can deal heavy damage, reduce damage from enemies' attacks, and heal her allies. The phase of the moon changes each time she uses or recharges her skills, and some of these skills can only be used during certain phases. The right timing can result in devastating combos.
Look me in the eye.
And finally, a leader both feared and revered, Dracula is a great choice for any team. He can recharge the skills of the whole team all at once, which saves on action points. He can also make all his allies deal more damage. Based on the skills he acquires during a run, he can be equally powerful for physical damage and spiritual damage. But his true power reveals itself when he's vulnerable.
And see, that's something I think is going to be interesting about this game that I like. So each character has its own set of skills that it can get throughout the run. So it's not like the character comes with like 4 skills and these are the 4 skills that this character always has. You get to pick throughout the run how you want to build that specific person, which is cool, obviously.
Some of his skills
makes you do a lot more thinking of what you need right then and there.
Can be activated twice. All these disciples are unlocked as you progress in Roguelords. We can't wait for you to discover.
So you're currently looking at the world's first official Lilith main. I think that's pretty obvious. Definitely going to have her in the front of my party for every single run. Characters aside, though, let's get into the actual gameplay trailer, which has a lot more interesting things to talk about.
And stay tuned.
Okay, well.
Roguelords is a turn-based roguelike in which you play as the devil, who is bent on reconquering the world of humans years after a heavy defeat at the hands of the demon hunters. Weakened, you must build up your power by acquiring a set of legendary artifacts and calling on 9 famous evil geniuses
which we
who
just
signed a
looked
pact
at.
with you. You are the devil, and the devil never plays by the rules. Cheating is a core aspect of the gameplay.
So, right off the bat, automatically, brain starts turning when the announcer says cheating is a main part of the gameplay. So this is where I think the very, very tactical aspect of this game is going to come in.
And during runs, you can choose to sacrifice some of your health to manipulate the game interface. Nothing will stop you.
That's cool. You can mess around with your own health to do all sorts of different things in the game. To just straight up kill an enemy. To, I believe you can use it to heal your own. We'll see more later, but you can use it to like heal your own characters, kill other enemy characters. If there's like a percentage based like little like action quest type thing that happens in the game, like, oh, do this and you have a 20% chance to get something really good, or you get nothing or get hurt or whatever. You can use your health to manipulate the percentages. Kind of crazy, but we'll keep going.
And certainly not the rules imposed on mortals. You face 1 or more waves of enemies in each fight. Fighters use and combine their skills to deal 2 types of damage, which will deplete 2 separate health bars, a physical one and a spiritual one. When a bar of one of your disciples is fully depleted, the disciple can
Notice how Lilith is in like 90% of the shots? That's on purpose.
still fight, but is vulnerable. However, they cannot die until you have achieved your goal. Every time they are attacked, you will automatically sacrifice your diabolic essence to protect them.
So your characters they will always be able to attack. If they run out of health, though, every time they're attacked, it takes from your actual health bar.
To avoid getting into this situation, you can manually sacrifice essence points beforehand to directly manipulate the health bars of your disciples and your enemies, to better withstand certain attacks or to finish off an enemy before a devastating strike. You can also steal buffs or return debuffs to those who inflicted them to create powerful combos.
That was another one that was interesting. One of the things in, I know, Slay the Spire that would get me really upset is debuffs. Or any other like turn-based card, any turn-based combat game. Debuffs always make me upset. Well, now if I have enough health, I can just say, fuck you, you're going to have the debuff, and just move it to whoever I want by sacrificing some health, which is, once again, wild.
Or suppress your opponent's tactics. You can also recharge your skills without spending action points to gain the upper hand in key moments or to escape tricky situations. You are therefore very powerful in combat, which will prove to be crucial and decisive in major battles. But you will need to use your powers at the right time, because fully depleting your essence will end your run.
Obviously.
During interactive events, you choose the best way to give mortals excellent reasons to fear you.
interactive events. That's what I was trying to think of. But yeah, you can manipulate these percentages. So
Your chances of success vary according to the actions, their difficulty, and your disciple's skills. But in Devil mode, you can tip the balance in your favor to obtain your desired result. They say that the devil is in the details, and a few percent can make all the difference. So don't be shy to use your powers to sow terror, if you're willing to pay the price. The map is randomly generated at the start of each run. You implement your strategy and choose your own path based on the events you want to trigger. Using your powers, you can take detours by opening up portals between two locations that weren't previously connected.
ding, 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 bingo. That's huge. I love that as a mechanic. Slay the Spire and Rogue Book were two card roguelikes that I've played, and it has that same like path system, especially Slay the Spire. And you look at the different routes and you're like, okay, what's the most optimal way I can do all this? And then something happens throughout the run and you're like, shit, I wish I would have taken the other route. Well, now there's a way to do that. Love it.
This can be used to reach Styx fountains more easily, which you use to replenish your essence, a resource you need for using your powers and staving off defeat. Defeat is an interesting concept for mortals. For you, it's meaningless. You are the devil. Nothing and no one can resist your will, and certainly not destiny. If things don't go as planned, you'll start again, as many times as needed to achieve your goal. We can't wait for you to explore your devilish side in Roguelords, and we have much more to share with you. Follow us on social media, and stay tuned.
So, here's what I think. The more things that a player is able to control in a game, the more tactical it is. With the whole devil mode system, you can control damn near everything. But you have to do it tactically because it uses your health. So I think, as is suggested by the title, this is going to be one of the most tactical roguelikes out there. I don't know how much it's going to be when it releases. I guess we'll find out. But probably going to almost certainly be worth your time. Super fun, looks super fun, obviously. One of the main striking points is Lilith. There's a reason to just pick up the game right there, honestly. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, going to be checking it out on the YouTube channel. Going to be probably playing it on the stream as well, so check those links in the description. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think of this game. Let me know if you're excited. Let me know what type of content you're going to want to see on it. I can already... the wheels are already spinning. This one's going to be any turn-based roguelike has a lot of potential for doing different builds and stuff like that. So obviously we can see that. I can see that going a long way. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this game. If you guys are excited, and have a wonderful rest of your day. I will catch you all in the next video.